the Umorans gone and your companion now returned, I think it best you go now before they can regroup. With magic flowing once more through the Great Pyramid of Uxnar, the entrance to the Qitana Ravel should now be open. Before we leave, Urianger, did you discover anything that may suggest a Lightborn hides elsewhere? Nay, I thought we had but little time before the Umorans' most unwelcome arrival. We scoured the nearby environs and spoke once more with the one called Koru. Having hearkened to her tale, it is my judgment that the city to which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and that it most likely resided in the vicinity of Raktika Falls. In the absence of any subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out a new sanctuary, and given the considerable difficulty we face in reaching the falls, we may be certain it hath not been disturbed by man. Then our course is clear. We must navigate the Qitana Ravel and make for Raktika Falls. Though you see it as no, but another obstacle to be navigated, the Qitana Ravel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within, knowledge which is rightly yours as allies of Ronka. You are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every ilm of it, once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. To discourage trespassers and test the worth of our allies, it had to be so. Be careful in there. Head east and you will find the path of azure flowers leading to the Ravel. I wish you a safe passage through its halls. Master Matoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please, promise me you will return safely. The Knight's Blessed need you. You need not worry, Runar. I shall return and bring with me a long-awaited gift, one the Knight's Blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now, let us away. You can feel the ether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that's required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard, Vaduin. We know not what awaits us inside. I was going to ask, do I hear a didgeridoo? I think I didgeridoo. I've heard probably more didgeridoos than anyone else in America because I'm such a Jamiroquai fan. They love their didgeridoos. Last stream wasn't even that interesting. I spent a lot of time chattering about nothing while building machines for a new/old mod. Well, I mean, any stream of Rhino Man you attend puts you that much closer to the exclusive, very rare, one of a kind, I'm sure, 1 billion channel point redemption. And I mean, that's worth its weight in gold right there, so I know that's what I strive for. Leopard's been caught by Jonathan and nobody else. Are you a regular enemy? Cause you look kinda... Oh, they're lasers? They're death lasers. Oh, okay. So this is Indiana Jones-ish. Will this rock keep me safe? It looks like it. I'm gonna stay there, actually. It's only 100k. I swore it was 1 million. You're a regular enemy because you look kind of like death lasers. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Jake. Oh, okay. Well, you know, we'll just fight you and not worry about the lasers. We'll trust my NPC healer to keep me alive. This is new. This is very new. They start off with traps in the very first fight. Not even a boss battle, I don't think. It's not. Doesn't look like it's checkmarked. The million comes from when you drop the 100k one. Oh. Oh, I'm closer than I thought. Jake, I don't think you've asked me anything that hasn't been odd. So go ahead. Trusting an NPC healer. Rhino? Yes. Any and every time. Because this is old content. So they've taken strides to let you queue out with NPCs instead of trying to queue out with players. Because this is like 2 expansions back, I think. And look, anything that lets me be an introvert in an MMORPG, I am foolishly adhering to. It's the S to the C that's silent in the word sent. What has to be the S because otherwise... it has to be the C because otherwise you'd be starting the word earlier, right? And we'd be saying sent that much faster. So it has to be the C. Please let me know if you stop for even like a second and a half to think about that fallible logic. So the stream's pre-recorded, yeah. Yeah. This was back before Hit Partner. So the lasers were just in the first room to let us know that we're going to be facing them later during a boss battle, I guess. Can't complain, fair enough, Jake. I think we've almost melted away like 25% of our snow up here, because it rained, it snowed a good bit a couple days ago. And it's just been sporadic rain since then. So... that's cool. I like snow, but I don't like driving through it, you know? Mother... oh. Okay. Stand behind the rock. The one rock in the room. Just do it. Okay, so those show which ones are gonna fire off. Okay. Alright, so this should be safe. Right, oh man, I've been itching to, like, play all of the Final Fantasies. But I have such a messed up, like, approach to video games. It's like... but time spent playing those, I could gain more progress in the MMORPG, which, of course, as we know, is always adding to the story, and is not finite, so... I probably need to try more at shifting that mindset. Kinda kneecaps me. I don't see any lasers. That's why I quit MMOs, is a hell of an addiction, yeah. I don't know if I ever fully quit at any... Yeah, what the shit? Where was that from? Oh, you sneaky bastards. Am I gonna die? Am I getting healed? Hello? So I know I played Ultima Online and Final Fantasy XI for like 15 years. I played a number of different other games between then and now when I play Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 and Final Fantasy 14. Now, I feel like there was probably a brief amount of time where I wasn't playing any MMORPG. Yeah, I should have been standing on NPCs the entire time, I know this. But I just can't, like, remember concretely enough to say that that's was definitely the case. But yeah, ever since I got hooked on Ultima Online, it was just over for me. There's just something about MMOs I really enjoy. I think it's that I can go and do stuff with other people if I want to. Or I can just kind of fucking hang out and do my own introvert thing. Big ones I played were Ragnarok Online and World of Warcraft. I've been messing around a few others, tried also a bit, trying. I don't remember what that stands for. And Maple Story. Yeah, Maple Story was kind of different. WoW I played until just after Wrath of the Lich King, and I was like, yeah, I don't like this game anymore. It's too elitist. Okay, I never played that one. So I played Gaia, I didn't play Ragnarok, I played World of Warcraft. There's... I understand I play too many games. Like, but... It's to the point like I'm going into this dark area right now, and like my initial urge was to turn on my Pip-Boy for lighting. Ragnarok isn't as bad nowadays, but back in the day it was all about the grind. Yeah, well I mean, that was kind of the modus operandi back in the day, right? Everything was grind. And then, well, people have definitely died because of it. But I think the main thing that changed the way it operates is that they found different ways to finance, to bring in money, and that's through like cosmetics, right? Because the early days weren't rife with cosmetics. But once they found that out, you know, they realized that they can shift where they spend their... I'm just spitballing here, of course. Where they can spend their, like, talents, efforts to maximize the income. What's a quest? Just punch slimes for 9 hours. Yeah, I remember grinding poisoning in Ultima Online. It was... not fun. But like Final Fantasy XI, which I honestly would prefer to this, you had to level up the skills by using the skills. So if you wanted to level up your black magic, well, guess what? You got to cast. That's fine and all, but like if you want to level up your staff, well, you got to start bonking things on the head. That's how Ultima Online works as well. The guys on Ragnarok discovered that people would spend 18 hours looking for a blindfold because it had a slightly different color, so they started adding a lot of apparel. Yeah. Makes sense. But I mean, that shit's always going to be part of gaming, right? Like, if you can collect something that others don't have, there's a market. Just online gaming, yeah. Oh, I don't play MMO games anymore. Yeah, so I think it's, you know, oddly enough, I think it's the social aspect for me. Because, like, the way I operate IRL, right, is I'm perfectly content with just parallel play, is what it's called, right? Where you are amongst others, but you're doing your own respective things. And you can do parallel play in MMORPGs, you know? That's kind of a large part of all the gathering hubs and the housing, that sort of thing. And that is kind of more in line with my preferred social speed. And other games are either, you know, most video games are kind of handle things on your own. Or your time with others is like strictly directed towards certain objectives. You know, it's dictated for you. Yeah. Get away with playing Path of Exile because instance multiplayer can exclude other players. Yeah. I think I played a couple. I think I played a couple hours of Path of Exile, and I was like, oh boy. Looking at this skill tree, I'm either going to feel very exhausted, or I'm going to be very tempted to throw myself into this. And I don't like either of those outcomes. Because as far as I recall, it played very similarly to like Diablo, right? Which is great. That was a couple years ago. Oh shit, I wasted its charges. Yeah, the skill tree is quite daunting. Like, think of like the Final Fantasy X skill tree and then just multiply it exponentially. I almost feel like they should slowly roll it out, like not show you as much as they do at the beginning. What is this? This looks like someone I definitely shouldn't let out. Oh. Alright. Hello, thank you for liking the TikTok live. That Squatch I'm sure this is fine. Fortunately, they have made it a lot easier to navigate. It's very generous with respect points. Yeah, I've heard it's even better now, but I'm afraid. So Ravra lives, welcome in. Give you a shout out, but I'm fighting a bat squatch right now, so you know. Get to it. What character are you playing as? Asked Thought. This is an Aura summoner. What the hell, bat? This is my first playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. We're on Shadowbringers, which I think is the 3rd expansion. I think it was Heaven's Ward, then Stormblood, now Shadowbringers. And then they have Edgewalker, and then the one that just came out. Dawnbringer? I don't remember, but I'm still a long ways away, so I have not committed to memory yet. Shit. Bad Squatch, stop! Healer, please. Healer, please. It helps a lot of the big skill nodes relevant to your starting class is generally right when your starting class now is easier to read and understand what's going on with the skill points. That's good. No, I was gonna shout you out, Rara, unless you want to shout yourself out. No, Edge Walker, not Edgy Walker, though. I mean, you're probably not too far off. You fucking... dude. What a jerk. You a jerk. You a jerk. Ah, gotcha. Alright. Where I was been shouted out, all's right in the world. Except for this big ass bat. Think I got bonked by the pillars? I did. I'm trying to do too much. Your headset is shitting. Wow. That's something. Alright, so that bat was not quite normal, was it? Arrive at the Song of Oxgatoro. This is a cool looking zone, I dig it. The boss's name made me think it was named something rude. Dare I ask? Dude, that move that was using just now was called Sin Spitter. Dude, that sounds like a badass rap name. Maybe just me. I don't know. I thought that sounded cool. Batsquatch like half sword. I don't know. Should I know what that is? Are y'all gonna fight or just? You do you, babe. Oh, I knew they were gonna do projectile attacks.
Prepare yourself.
Get in here and try to create an investment power computer. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I saw the movie many years ago. That's my closest acquaintance with Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah, sorry. Don't mess with me, though. It sounds vaguely rude. I don't know. Funny. Oh, okay. Now they want to fight.
Our time not yet come.
Wait, they got more that are gonna come? Oh, maybe not. Thought we had a patrol that was gonna come down here and attack. Why am I looking for kid loot? It's not that kind of game. Self-destruct? Oh, you butt.
Keep your guard up.
Oh, they're throwing ice? Not that elements really matter in this game, but good to know, I guess. That's something I don't quite get when they went from 11 to 14, is that there's not a whole lot of interplay amongst the elements. Like, you had the weaknesses and all that stuff you had to, you know, keep track of. In Final Fantasy 11, it was largely part of the combat. But in here,
I shall protect you.
it's rather arbitrary. It doesn't really make sense for Final Fantasy historically to, you know, not make a bigger deal of the elements and their interactions. I guess it's kind of more of a testament of like how more streamlined into quote-unquote modern MMORPGs the attempts at driving this game seem to have been. Oh, okay. Now this looks like I should probably pay attention to the floor during this fight. I will absolutely forget. But, you know, bunch of little squares with a glowy bit in the middle. It's probably important. Let's see how many attempts this takes me. He's doing some chunky damage. What is... Okay. So just meant to is gonna be my axe. Alright. Glossolalia? What's that shimmer for? I should probably be by the others. Right? Maybe I should. I don't know. No, stay here. Right? Oh, got pushed through poison. Gross! Blech. We're all running up. Confession of Faith. I'm so glad that they converged on me there. That was cool of them. Yeah, so that just looks like it's indicating the pounce, and that's it. 35 more seconds of vulnerability up. Yeah. Alright, so go to the wall so I don't get pushed through the poison. Seems to be the play. Yep, figured it out. Smart. Alright, I get the pounce. I don't know that there's any real benefit of doing anything in particular with that information. Group on me, group on me, group on me. Nobody grouped on me? Alright. Drampa is a dragon.
Together we shall overcome this.
Go ahead and blow that limit break now. I think we're kind of screwed to get poisoned here. I don't think there's any getting out of it. Oh, there was a small window. If we have a mod that can take care of that bot, please. Thank you, Jonathan.
The Light Warden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
Aye, that they have.
Her condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told. Would you describe it to me, Urianger? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Well fought. Let us return home. The murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments, but whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour? Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Every hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more. Well, I would quit this place, and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn. She who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. Ta-da! That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But...
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... Oh. They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you asked the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac, we natives of that sundered paradise. Now, do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
That was an enlightening experience, though not in the way I had hoped. Do you suppose there is any truth in Emetselk's claims? Bearing with it. Y'shtola wears a haunted expression. Emetselk's words have clearly found their mark. Think it's time for some Taco Bell? You get some Taco Bell, Jonathan. That sounds fantastic right now. I think we're safe. Though recent events plainly warrant further discussion, I think it best that we wait until Alphino and the others are present, Emetselk included. How convenient that he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to Fanau and make certain of the Umoran's withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow. The Blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky. You are returned and unharmed, I see. Indeed, I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. The death of a single senator should make such a difference. As our numbers wane, so too did our hope that our ruins we had devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. Yet here you are, the allies for whom we have waited for these many centuries. And with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. On behalf of the Vais, our forefathers, and the late Emperor Ranka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Qitana Ravel proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. We but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does it not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in the woods, the secrets of Ranka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbow shortly after you set out. If you return to the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they will be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ranka. We will await your return then.
Ah, you are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong. But we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say. But please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we would hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
Out of the wood. You cannot help but feel something is bothering Stola. Though it pains me to leave, it is time I returned with you and the others to the Crystarium. But before we go, might I speak with you in private? I await you in my chambers. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory at Raktika Falls, I fear they proved true, and so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at Fort Gone, your aether had appeared tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light not unlike the Sin Eaters. When you defeated the Light Warden, I fear the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Heidelin's blessing, rather was absorbed into your being. Oranger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater. Greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. You should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I have sorted my things here, I will join you. And then sometimes it's just nodders. Right, Rhino? Took one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Slitherbow remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who are poisoned will make a full recovery. With the night sky return, their prayers have at least been answered. There at last. Probably at last. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? I'll not deny there's a part of me that wishes I could stay. For 2 years I have lived with the Blessed, learned their culture, even gone so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. I but pray I did honor to it. Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Lahi! Time to Lahi. Free teleport is best teleport. Oh, this seems like they're waiting for me. All things considered, it is hardly surprising that Alphino and Alizé have yet to arrive, but where's the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Alphino, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the Warden hiding in Rak'tika. Found and slain, you say? I should have known. Yomar has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Norvrand to defend them. I'm glad to see their efforts were wasted at the Greatwood. Speaking of Yomar, what came of your meeting with Velfrey? Yes, about that. It proved to be... Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. No doubt you all are tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much-needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the Warden, you deserved a chance to recuperate. It's settled then. We reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. And so she rested.
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me. I'm damned if I know. It's not as if I can lift a finger to help myself, much less you. Have faith in your friends, look out for them, and hope that they look out for you. What more can you do? Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascian stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, it felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
Meanwhile, in Garlemald.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear...
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might. Given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there is work to be done.
These bloodless games make for poor sport. Mayhappy father... I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend. I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.